spirit animals. Um, but I'm talking about actually working with your pet, with your animal. Soren, please go over there. Stop for a minute. Actually working with your animal as a spirit ally, as a magical partner in your craft. Um, Definitely having them in circle with you is a good idea. But at the same time, you need to be careful. You need to watch what you're doing and you need to make sure that they are safe. Check incense ingredients and oils before you do any kind of magical workings with them, because there's some incenses that are going to be too strong for them, or any animal. I'm not talking about just small animals, any animal. Snakes and reptiles, like amphibians. If you have a certain oil on your hand and you touch them, they absorb that through the type of skin that they have, and it's dangerous for them. Small mammals and cats and dogs aren't always affected by essential oils and stuff like that as much as reptiles are. So that sometimes is okay, but still be careful. Incense and stuff like that. Some incenses are too strong or toxic for animals, so make sure you're looking in your ingredients before you just immediately go take them into circle. That's very big deal. But to really grow your connection with your pet, meditate with them, talk to them, connect with them. Animals sense that connection. Jinxie definitely does. She knows when I want to connect with her. She comes and jumps and sits on my shoulder. Gerbils, when you want to acknowledge friend with them, like when they want to be friends with another gerbil, or like dogs will sniff butts. Some animals do that. Cats do that too. Not all the time. I don't think they do it as much, but they do that. Gerbils rub noses, and they groom. Monkeys will groom each other. So do gerbils, and that's how you really acknowledge friend, safe, like security with them. Me and my gerbils, we rub noses constantly. If you really are trying to speak to them, they blink. Like cats blink too. When you're near a cat and you're trying to ask if you can pet it or something like that, you blink at them. It's how they connect with each other, through blinking and sniffing and blinking and sniffing and rubbing up against each other's, grooming and stuff like that. Gerbils do that too. When you're trying to like connect with them in a way of like speaking terms, I guess you would say, you blink at them. And if they blink back, that's them communicating with you. So those are obviously regular mundane ways of connecting, but they are magical too. When you build that bond with your pet, it is magical in itself. So having a regular bond with your pet is only going to make it, higher and go from there to make it magical. I talked about meditation, dream, like when you really do have that connection, astral travel and dreaming, and when your animals comes to visit you in your dreams, that is, you know, that's another way of having that magical working done with their spirit, not physically with them. So that's something that you have to work your way up to. I'm not there with them yet. I do have dreams of them, but it's usually, the last time I had a dream about them, it was more of a dream of Mystic telling me she was okay. It was the other night I had a dream, and I told you I was worried about her nose. Well, I had a dream that she was telling me that she is okay and she's not sick and she is all right. The nose is just, she didn't exactly tell me what it was, but she just told me that it wasn't nothing that I have to be super worried about. But I still took her to the pet store and, had her checked out and everything, just to be safe, obviously, because, just, you still should be responsible in yourself. Even if you do feel like it's okay, trust your instincts, but still go get it checked out, please, But these are just some things that, that I've been thinking about, at least working with my animals. The babies, they're not there yet. They're too hyper. They're too jumpy and squirmy and wiggly and just little, and they're adorable, but they're not there yet to work with in any, any magical sense yet. Jinxie, she is, there's Missy, there's Mystic. Jinxie is super hyper, and so she's still kind of hard to work with. in meditation and stuff. I haven't tried to meditate with her yet, except for moving meditation, just connecting, sitting here and letting her walk on me and connecting with her. If whiskers and fur that sheds off of them, use that in your practice if you're wanting for protection, like, for communication or, you know, anything. Nail clippings, use that. If you're making a witch's bottle and you want to protect the people inside, don't forget about your pets, don't forget about, because they're family and they live in your home too. So don't forget to add bits and pieces of them. When they crawl over me, I'm covered in fur. I never realized how much gerbils shed. I'm covered from head to toe in their hair when they crawl all over me. So I save it, so I put it to the side for when I need it. If I'm going to do a healing spell on them, a connection spell, I really do want to do a connection spell with all of them. And don't get frustrated if you don't have a psychic connection or a magical ally sense with your animal. I mean, so what? That just means that they're not the ones meant to work with you magically. That doesn't mean that they're any less of a great companion or they're any less of an amazing pet. They're still your friends, which is, have always had a connection. That's awesome, buddy. Nice. Oh, sorry, my son showed me his picture. Even if, no, Trace, it's wet, honey, put it down. Trace, even back ages and ages ago, even people and animals have always had the connection. Animals have always guided us. Like I've said, I'm Native American. Animal spirit magic is a big deal in my ancestors, in my culture, and just because your pet doesn't want to work with you magically doesn't mean that you still can't harness their spirit, It'll still guide you. They'll guide you every day in life, in the mundane world, as well as they will in the magical world. So don't get discouraged if they don't want to come and sit and circle with you, and if they don't want to work magical workings and do spells with you and astral travel and meditate and all that, because that doesn't mean that, you'll never have that connection. It just might mean that you're not ready, or they're not ready, or they're just not the one meant to work with you. So, I know this video has been kind of jumbled up and jibber jabber, and my kids are yelling and saying a lot and so I need to start writing things down before I make them. But I just wanted to touch on this subject. There's a couple more videos I want to do today. I want to continue to work. I've been still looking into the hollow and the white tree, and that's something that I'm definitely going to continue to make. I told you a mini series maybe about, and as I grow and learn with the hollow, I want to share some of what I'm learning. It's probably not all of it because it is a very personal step in my practice and in my craft, and so it's definitely something I'm not going to share fully, but I'm going to share, the main key points of it. So this is my small, oh my gosh, hold on, I got to show you this. Look. You see her? That's Seer. And she's another one, actually, that, it's a funny story. We were going to get, there was a black and white one in one cage, and then we were going to get Ariel in another cage at the pet store. And I fell in love with the black and white one, and I really liked Ariel. She was in the cage with her. The black and white was in a cage with another one. Well, when we went back to get them, the black and white was gone. And I was upset, but I was just an ultimate, immediate connection. And so I was like, all right, maybe we should just get the blonde one, just, And it was just something telling me. My son was even like, no, we need the silver one too. We need to get her. And I was just like, at first, I don't know, I really wanted a black and white one, but it was like, no, she needs a partner. She needs her sister with her. And it was a connection in me that was like, all right, no, she needs to come. And when we got her, I immediately fell in love. She's smaller than her sister, so she's wonderful. I love her to death, and it's always really funny. The one I don't plan on getting is the one I have the stronger connection to. Mystic wasn't the one I originally was planning on getting, and I just fell in love with her. Seer wasn't the one I originally planned on getting, and I fell in love with her. And they both have magical names because they're both a part of me magically one way or another. So, but this is a little... Oh, and another thing. Your pets. This is a book on animals. You know, just plain animals, no magic. But when you're doing magical work with any kind of spirit animal or live pet animal, Trace Jacobson, you better get away from that right now. Read up on your animal. Read up on what they do. You will find things like, I am very connected to how they are underworld creatures. They are creatures of the underworld, you know, but they're not just nighttime. Gerbils are not fully nocturnal. They are half and half. They're half nocturnal and half day creatures. They take naps throughout the day and naps throughout the night, and they're awake different points in times. And it's, to me, that is magical in itself. Their power is all around. It's circular. It never stops. So this is just a little video on animal magic. It's something I am going to touch on more eventually when I do more with them and work more with them. But you know what? If they decide that they don't want to, if it's something that they really don't want to do, then that's okay. You know, it's not something I'm going to stress about. It's not something I'm going to push. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that, to me, is what's important, as long as they're happy. Right? Oops, sorry about that. All right, you guys. Much love. Blessings. And I plan on making another video later. There's a couple things else I want to talk about, not just about the hollow. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.